All right, so at this point you should have gone through, and like we've done in other close readings, you should have literally, because you have this, you could have written right beside it, you could add your own lines, but let's go through it together. So my line, lady's eyes are nothing like the sun. Right away, I would have a question mark. Where are we going with this poem? Roses are far more red than her lips are red. So you're saying that roses, like, think of all the poetry you've heard. Think of all those cheesy lines you've heard from movies and stuff where the guy is like, your lips are as red as roses. They're so beautiful. They leap out of your face. You've heard expressions like that. And yeah, you've thought they're cliche and cheesy. And you know what? That's exactly what's going on here. He's saying roses are far more red than her lips. But it's the opposite. We've switched it. Shakespeare switched it. Said, roses aren't actually as red as your lips. Your lips, not so red. No. Your lips are not so red. If snow is white, so if that's the color of white, then your skin, it's more grayish. Your skin, yeah, a little more grayish. Again, if I was reading this for the first time, I'd be like, what's going on? If this is a love poem, this guy's failing miserably. There's no way this lady is interested at this point. If hairs are wires, so if hairs are wires, black wires grow on her head. So if hair is wire, then black wires are growing out of her head. So far we're describing a fairly unattractive person, if you ask me. And again, if this is a love poem, this isn't working very well in my mind. All right. I have seen roses in bloom, red and white. Beautiful, beautiful. But no such roses see I in her cheeks. Again, we've all heard those expressions. She had such rosy cheeks. Shakespeare here is saying, yeah, I've seen roses. That's not what I see in your cheek. There are roses, and then there's your cheeks. Again, as a love poem, I don't know what's going on. And in some perfumes, there is more delight than in the breath that from my lady reeks. This word should leap off the page to you. There is a connotative, you should know this word, connotative. There's a connotative element to the word reeks. Reeks is not a positive word. When you say someone's breath reeks, you're not saying it smells good. Shakespeare here is saying, oh, some perfumes, there's delight. There's perfumes smell good. Then in the breath that from my lady reeks. Perfumes smell better than her breath. Her breath reeks. Perfumes, delightful. That's the comparison being made here. I love to hear her speak. Okay, finally, something positive. I love to hear her speak. Yet well I know that music has a far more pleasing sound. So do you think he likes to listen to her speak or music more? Because he just said it. I like to hear her speak, but well I know music has a far more pleasing sound. I'd rather listen to music, you know? Like, so when I'm listening to music, if you could just be quiet, that'd be great. That'd be great. I'd rather listen to music. Music, better than your voice. That's exactly what he just said. I grant, this is going to be one of the harder lines. I grant I've never seen a goddess go. So I grant I've never seen a goddess go. In my mind, by go, it means move. So I've never seen a goddess go. So he's never seen a goddess walking around. But my lady, when she walks, treads on the ground. In order to understand these lines, you're going to have to think back to how other males have in the past referred to their ladies. You may have heard this as well, where they say, oh, my lady, she walks so nice, it's like a goddess on the ground, or her feet barely touch the ground, she moves so smoothly. That's kind of what he's playing on. Shakespeare's playing on that right now. But he says, I've never seen a goddess, but my lady, oh, a goddess, I'm sure, walks like that. But my lady, no. She treads on the ground. Her feet tread. Boom, 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 boom. Even the word tread. The tread has a connotative meaning of like walking heavily. That's treading. I am treading. It's not she flows or anything like that. It's treading. He used that word intentionally. All right, now, like I told you though, last two lines are the most important. So let's see what he says in the last two lines. And yet by heaven, I think my love is rare. And yet by heaven, I think my love is rare. My love is rare. As any created with false compare. My love is as rare as any created with false compare. My love is rare as any created with false compare. What you should get from this line, what I'm hoping you drew from this, is at the very end, he's saying, all this stuff is true. He's not denying that this is his lady. But he's saying, my love is still special. It's still rare. My love is still rare. Despite all these things I've said, my love is still rare as any that has ever been created by someone else's false comparisons. By anyone else's false comparisons. What Shakespeare's doing here is he's making fun of all the things we've ever heard in poetry, in movies, in music, in all those Justin Bieber songs where Justin Bieber talks about how incredible this lady is, or this woman is he's met. He's making fun of it. He's saying, oh yeah, that's great. If your lady was actually like that, don't even, okay? She'd be some kind of goddess. I'm not going to falsely compare my woman. My woman's real. My woman is a real life lady, and I still love her. My love for her is just as rare as yours. It's just as beautiful as yours, and I don't have to falsely create false images to make it real. That's what Shakespeare's saying here. And if you that's the gist of the poem. Now, how would you respond to that? We've actually, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. So, pause it here and ask yourself, all right, so I just broke it down with Mr. Public here. We've broken it down. Now I want you to spend a few minutes and maybe write down what you would consider an interpretive response. Now I don't want you to do a whole paragraph here. Do a couple lines and just kind of sum up what you think the theme is. What is the message then of Shakespeare? I've just said it. You can relook at what I just said, but I want you in your own words to kind of break it down into what you believe he's saying. Just the facts. Just put down